Hello everyone, and welcome to Spar of Words Episode 2, with your host, me, Mr.Wright. Spar of Words is a series where I debate, respond, or argue someone else's viewpoints, typically through their posts on Twitter, Facebook, or Reddit, and their videos. I was scrolling through my YouTube recommended feed when I see a video from one of my subscriptions. I was interested in the video from the sort of clickbaity title and decided to click on it. The moment his video had started, they were showing the video they were making a video on. I decided to skip their video and go to the actual main video they were discussing, and that's where we are today. A little pointless side story, but it gives you a basic idea of how this all happened. The video in question is called "White People Will Always Be Fine." Now, considering the blatant attacks on white people in the recent years, and the like to dislike ratio of this video, of which I've already disliked and will be going through the reasons why, people agree with me more than they agree with them.
White people will be fine. Will always be fine. A lot of the people protesting at these blatantly white supremacist events say that they are protecting white culture, that they're not against any race, they're just pro-white.
Funny. Now pick an actual white supremacist event that wasn't Charlottesville. Because that is just the go-to for white supremacy. Is, oh, Charlottesville happened, that's white supremacy. But can you pick an actual event that wasn't Charlottesville that was white supremacist? Even an organization that you can find will be a gang in Texas and some very, very fringe groups in other countries that exist. There's not many white supremacists that actually exist anymore. We don't even fight for ourselves half the time. However, I'd like to answer a question and also ask a question for you all. What is white culture? What do you believe white culture to be? I'm going to answer what I believe it is, but I also want to know what other people think. Now, consider that America and other white countries are basically going downhill with other cultures. We really have to ask that question. What is white culture? I like to sum it up in 4 basic ideas. Now understand, I won't be using American culture and values for this, as America was founded by white people. However, the values America and other countries have goes as far back as Napoleon and the French dominating the land during the again, I'm gonna say gunpowder age. I can't recall the exact era of time that was in, and even before him with the Greek philosophers in Athens. Most of which, though, they had the same basic ideas of these. Idea 1: hard work or dedication. We ourselves must dedicate something. Some people, it's a career or a business they want to strive for and become the CEO or manager or even create their own businesses. In other cases, it's a big family and working hard to give them what they need, or being a priest for like a religious organization. Everyone, no matter who you are, has hard work or dedication to something. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. But what originally started that was America. They really put that idea of working hard to build yourself up to becoming something special, something powerful. And this could be said that every country believes in this, but there are some countries that don't enforce it. America used to be saying to everyone, work hard and you will see your fruits of labor. And I believe this to be a white person ideal, even though I do believe that plenty of blacks, Mexicans, Asians, Japanese, Filipino, Indian, blah 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 will also believe it. I do believe that white people originally started it. Now, if someone can prove me wrong, go right ahead, but this is what I believe. Idea 2: freedom. I don't think there's a better way to say it other than when Patrick Henry in the Second Virginian Conference on March 23rd, 1775 at the St. John's Church in Richmond, Virginia, when he had said, "Give me liberty or give me death." I don't think there's any better way to say it than what freedom is to us. You will give us our liberty or we will die fighting for it. But with this, you must value our freedom of speech. We must value our ability to have weapons. We value all these things, our basic 10 commandments, if you will, our Bill of Rights. We have to almost worship it. It is who we are. We as a nation have created it. Freedom is the ideal that we were built off of. And America, which is built by white people, for the most part. Yes, there were black slaves, Irish slaves, blah blah blah, but the values and traditions originally started with white people, and this freedom idea has been with us since the very beginning. It's why we started the Revolutionary War in the first place. Ideal 3, guns. And you may consider that to be part of freedom, but this has been under attack for years now, ever since almost further back than Columbine, I would say. All sorts of lefties, even some centrists, have wanted to take guns from the American people. This is a direct attack on the traditional values of not only as Americans, not only as white people, but as human beings. I'm not sure if you read the Constitution properly. These are unalienable rights. You cannot take these rights from us. They are natural human rights. This is a direct attack on humans as an existence, not just Americans or whites. I do believe that we as white people, especially in America, specifically put this ideal into everyone's mind as we are the big ass gun heavy pew 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 for a long time. And again, we were the dominant culture for the world for a very long time. And the last idea or ideal I think Americans and white culture has created is competition. Competition is such a big thing for us as white people, as Americans, as I guess you'd say even as black people, Asians, and everybody. But specifically, white people love competition. We either love it or we create ways to make it easier for us. Well, that's basically human nature. But the values of dedication and hard work go into competition. We need to have someone trying to be better than us so we can do better than them. This is part of dedication, hard work. It all circles around, and the freedom to be able to have a competition. I believe this is white culture. I believe it's something white people have created. We created these 4 huge ideals of competition, guns, freedoms, and hard work and dedication. I believe these 4 ideals are what America and white people are. I do believe that there are some of us who are white that don't believe these. And I can agree with that. And there's some black people who do this and that. But I believe that white people started these initially, and we've been living that way since the beginning of time. From our medieval era, when we were fighting among ourselves for freedom and puppeting other countries for their power, colonialism, taking over land to liberate them with our religion and our freedom. Even though some debate it's questionable whether or not we actually did that, whatever it may be, I believe these 4 ideas are still something we've always believed in. Anyways, I went on this rant for quite a long time. It's what I believe to be true, and I'm very passionate about what I believe. Back to the main video.
And I'm telling you, as a damn white person, that being pro-white is abjectly absurd. Here's why.
Give me a C! Give me a U! Give me a CK! What's that spell? Cuck!
White culture is so ingrained in society, it doesn't need to be protected. No one's coming for white culture, and white culture is not at risk. White culture is gonna be fine. King of Queens is syndicated on like 8 channels.
So because a single TV show is still on air, that matters how? Also, that is some of the most flawed logic I have ever heard in my life. Don't protect it. This thing is already ingrained into something. It's not like it's gonna go away. Well, I'm pretty sure that's what plenty of people were saying before they were killed. I'm pretty sure plenty of people were saying, don't protect gun rights. It's so ingrained into our society and culture. We can't lose our guns. And then they take it away. And, oh shit. Well, fuck. I guess we're about to become China or Russia. And we're just going to get fucking destroyed by our government. It's also like saying, don't protect the family unit. The family unit is so ingrained into our culture and our society that it's impossible for it to be destroyed. Meanwhile, our family unit has been not only destroyed, but perverted. Yeah, I think you start seeing how flawed his logic is.
White supremacists have a slogan. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children.
Although, I disagree with the far right on a lot of things. From foreign policy, I do not believe immigrants are horrible or bad, but I can agree with them on this. We are dying out. I don't think any of us can deny that, and we will be a minority in all of our home countries soon enough. I don't know about you, but I can at least see where the alt-right is coming from with this idea. Plenty of sites from centrist to right to alt-right sites talk about this, and I can kind of see where they're coming from. Now, this guy goes on to talk about how white kids don't gotta worry about them, that their police being banned from the Americas. But, like, dude, if black people complied with police, they wouldn't be getting shot as much. And there are statistics proving that we get shot twice as often, so that's bullshit. And also, the ban from America and the Islamic countries, I can agree with that ban. That religion is dangerous. Either they control their religion, or they don't come here. I'm sorry. Freedom is more important than their feelings.
The New York Times reports Attorney General Jeff Sessions is dedicating resources for civil rights to protecting white people from being discriminated in college admissions.
I mean, like how we're actually being discriminated against? Seriously, look that one up yourself. I've said it twice now. Look that one up yourself. No one believed me if I showed the statistics for it. But there have been colleges that have actually discriminated against white people because they're white. And same thing with Asians. This is an actual thing.
President Trump gave an earlier speech where the ideals were a little more subtle.
But today we're in the West, and we have to say there are dire threats to our security and to our way of life. And I declare today for the world to hear that the West will never, ever be broken. Our values will prevail. Our people will thrive. And our civilization will triumph.
And he isn't technically wrong. We got Antifa shutting people down, we got Democrats going socialist, and we have people who want to ban guns everywhere. We are 100% under attack. If you can hear that and hate this man, you are actually insane. He literally just said he won't let you die or be killed. They'll keep the values that have made America for years and what made it such a great country in the first place. To me, that sounds like a great deal. The rest of this video was what I would like to call white bashing. Nothing of actual substance, calls white people losers, who want to protect white people are losers. That's why they relate to Nazi Germany and the Confederacy, because they're losers and they lost. Man, I wasted so much time on this fucking video. I am just so sorry. This dude's anti-white and who hates himself. I bet he wants open borders and guns banned. I've ranted enough, but there's a few things I'd like to say before we close out and end this. If you're white and you're watching this, stop feeling guilty for being white, if you do. You can't control it, and you should not let people like this control how you feel about your country and your people. If you believe white people are under attack, go find a white man or a white woman and have a bunch of children. Simple as that. It's the ultimate way to fight against it. If we're dying in population, the way you fight against it is by having children to increase the population. That's pretty simple, I have to say. And if you're black or Asian, you're watching this and you're offended by the shit I say, I'm sorry, but grow up a little bit. I literally specifically stated how I believe that these are traditional values started by white people, but that plenty of other colors and races still believe in such values. Anyways, this is Mr. Wright, signing out, and I'll see you all next time.